Hello friends, I hope all of you are good and doing great. So today's agenda is for me to create an RAG application uh, using OLLama, Langchain and ChromaDB and Streamlit. Front end will be Streamlit. Let me show you the architecture for the same. So here you can see that architecture, how it will work. I tried to be making it as a real time as possible. So how it works? So basically, user will send a request. In a request, he will send URLs. URLs as a separated with lines, and then using LangChain will create the chunks with overlapping of 100 chunks of 7500, and then do the embedding, and then after embedding we will save this embeddings into vector database ChromaDB, and then it basically getting and running this basically locally in OLLama. So that's the purpose. So using OLLama you will get the response. It's a large language model. I have shared this, how this OLLama works in your local and how you can use it and how you can download the models and all. I have shown it earlier in the earlier video. I'll just quickly demonstrate that as well, but before that I just, and that this will, using that we will get the response and then user can see that response. So this is what is our target. So let's, without delaying, let's start this. First of all, let me create okay, let me show you the ollama.com. So here it is. You can download it for Windows, Mac OS and any other Linux as well, and it supports these many models. So running that and all these things, I'll also show how it can run and how it can be. So it contains the data Mistral and all these Lava, CodeLlama, and all these models are contained. So these models you can install it locally and run it. So this makes easy, means you can create your RAG applications using that as easily. Okay, so first of all, let me create the without wasting much time, we'll create the repository. So creating the repository, I'll give the name as OLLama RAG app. It's public. Add a readme file, and then I'll go and do it Python, git ignore for Python. And anything else I need to do, license yes, MIT, I'll choose anything, create the repository. So now this repository, let me clone it, use it, and then go to my Visual Studio Code. Okay, and see, yeah, I have done earlier thing. Okay, so I am in my repositories where I am all creating my all repositories, cloning my all repository. So what I'll do, git clone this one, and then cloning this repository. So now I'll go to here, open this folder, which is basically OLLama. Go to my git repository, this one, OLLama RAG app. Okay, this is my repository open. Okay, let me open the terminal first. So let me show you that OLLama first. OLLama list. So you can see that I have already downloaded few of the models in my local system, which we will be going to use Mistral for our this project or this application, and numic embed text we will also going to use using that. So since it is a small one, only 274 GB or MB, and Mistral is model is basically 4.1 GB. So okay, now we have already done. Now first thing we have to do, that we have to create some uh, let me start the steps as well. So first thing, we have to create the environment in our local. So how we have to create the environment for the creating. So after creating a GitHub repository and cloning the GitHub repository in my local, I have to do some steps. So I have already wrote down the steps, so I just copy pasting those steps what you have to do. uh, so first thing is how to means I have written all these steps. Basically first step already we have done, that we have to clone this repository, and after that we have to run that olllama, install the olllama and pull those models in your local. So this one already I have done it. Let me show you. Let me show you here. So here it is, olllama list. So by that you can see that I have already downloaded the Mistral and nomic embed models, which I need it for this app. So this is already done. I have done earlier because it takes time for me to download and all these things, and I don't want to give the time, waste the time. So other thing, next thing is basically I have to create the environment. So let me create the environment. I have to do it in bash, so it would be good for me. Anything, it's fine. So let it create and then activate this environment. You can see that environment is there. So I have to add this environment is also in my folder, environment folder also in my git ignore, so otherwise unnecessary files will be there. So once this is done, let me activate this environment. So my environment is activated. Now pip install -r requirements means I have to do that all the install all the requirements. So I have to create the requirements here. requirement.txt file. New file, requirements dot txt file. So this one is done, but I have to write down what all things I need there. So this one also I have done some already added here. So this is also done. Now this I have to execute those requirements. Rename is requirements.txt. Okay. Now pip install -r requirement.txt. So once this is done, I have to write down my app.py file. For this one also I have written the code, so you can go through. Let me go through the code here. So as I told that we are using Streamlit for UI purpose, and I'm using Langchain community document loader to load the websites, web-based database, whatever we'll write down in that. And then we'll have the vector database Chroma we are using here. For embedding also we are using Langchain communities, and LLMs we are using olloama LLM, and basically Mistral, we'll target that Mistral, and then runnable for to check that and do that runnable part, and parsing those to creating a chunking and all for the app. This is what I am doing it here. And for prompt, creating a prompt also we are using a Langchain core, and for splitting those into multiple chunks and embedding, we are using this splitters. So let's go through the code here. For as I told that we are using a Mistral from OLLama, so I have just done that. Then we are using a document loader from the Langchain community to URLs whatever I'll the user will enter into the text area of the for the first text box, where user will enter the text area, emails, or sorry, websites. In that Wikipedia, I'll use Wikipedia websites in there. So this is what we'll use. And then we'll have means we'll create the sub list for each documents. Basically each URL will do the chunking and splitting and embedding and create or we can say do it into the ChromaDB. We'll do this text splitter. I'm creating a chunk of 7500 and chunk overlap is 100. A chunk overlap is something that it's a you can see that there is a chain, right? And to build a chain, you have one loop, and inside there is another loop is going. Basically two loops are there, and to attaching those you need something, right? So this is what it's you can understand with that way. So to make it bond, to attach all these loosely coupled or loosely attached those different chunks into one chain, so we have to make a overlap. So this is what it overlap is here. And then we have this will do the embedding for using nomic embed text. And you can go through this all these things through llama, what is this basically means is. And then we will we'll retrieve, we'll use the vector database for the retrieving purpose as well. And then we'll give the question to user, whatever the question user will ask based on their websites, to the RAG, and then to the knowledge base, basically to our knowledge base. So it will take all this after RAG prompt and everything. It will go and invoke that RAG chain and it'll get the answers. So as I told that we are using is only Streamlit, title, write, and files over here. Basically first text, there is a one title will be there, one text area where user will enter the URLs separated line in each separated line. And then there is another text box where user will enter their questions. And so once user will click on the query button, it will process the complete, it will go to go to this function, this function above, and get the data for us. So this is what all is required. I hope you can understand. If not, then I think you can also go through. So this is basically and then this is, we have done that step 5 as well. Now as I told that copy paste the URLs, if you have anywhere, copy paste from the browser or anywhere. And then even if you want to use some other model, you can use with this method as well, to adding up new models over here. This is basically I am taking this is based on the Sri Lakshmi's LinkedIn tutorial. Here is the link of that tutorial. I have given it. So if you can refer that one, it's all welcome. Thanks to her as well, Sri Lakshmi, thanks. And then this one is also there. So now let me see my pip install is running or not. It's not running. It's not saved. Sometimes it is not saved. Let me save again and then try. Yeah, so pip install is happening. So once that pip install done, I can execute the my app.py and can show that how it's working. just wait a minute, and I hope you understand my that architecture, and this one also URL. So this one you can deploy it in anywhere in your means in your in any cloud or anywhere, uh, and if not required, then or adding up a more websites, your company websites or anything you want to add it up here, you can add up and get the queries done, and it's all free of cost, as I can say, because in OpenAI and everything you have to pay for every token or every request. So in that case, is Olllama is much more cheaper than that. Okay, now let me go back and run that code over here. So this command is also I have written here, Streamlit app run app UI. So let me bring it over here. Where it is. It's localhost. Let me write down here. Yeah. So this is my application look like, and then I'll enter two URLs and I say that who is Bill Gates. Just for fun, we can write this way. I've pasted two Wikipedia websites of Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos, so it's quite known people. Oh, let's see, it's give the answers soon. So it's running in local and it's completely free. The first time it takes time. So you can see that it's giving in a complete comprehensive or answer like that. Bill Gates is an American businessman, business magnate, software developer, philanthropist, and he is best known as a co-founder of Microsoft Corporation, the world's largest personal computer software company, with Paul Allen Gates. So this is all about his Bill Gates. Let me ask the about the Jeff Bezos as well. GFFF. Let me write down this way. And then query again. Let's see how much time it takes for the Jeff Bezos. So again, this is again it's completely in a private network. Whatever I'm asking, whatever it is there, it's completely under in my control, and I can do easily queries. I hope you have understand what I am trying to do here. So it is a completely a model which is running in your local, and you have an application which is also running. So this way you can create a bigger knowledge base, and you can have that. Similarly, this also Jeff Bezos is an American technology entrepreneur and the businessman magnate who is known as founder, chairman, and former CEO of the Amazon. Now I can the comparison as well. Bill Gates and what is not common, what is uncommon. Common, we know that they are all businessmen and all. Let me write down that they are what is not common in both. What is uncommon? So I hope this you understand this one, and you can clone this repository. I have already uploaded. If not, then I'll upload this uh, in the in my GitHub repository. I have already created, so I'll commit this code along with the flowchart and this readme file. Any questions, please let me know, and you can put anything in a comment or anywhere. I'll or reach out to me whatever way you want to, and I'll come back to you for any questions. I hope you understand. Let me commit the code in front of you, and then you can see what is there. So yeah, so now the answer is also available for Bill Gates and Jeff Bezos. It's number of around 7 differences is listed out by this my RAG model of Mistral. So let me go and commit the code now. I'll have this one, git status. So everything is there. I have to ignore this .ds file because it is not required. I do that status again. Let's see. So now I can see that only 4 files are going, and also I'll add later. I'll also add my architecture diagram here. Let me see if I have that architecture diagram. I'll add it up here. I think I have somewhere. Let me write down here. Yeah, so I have that architecture diagram as well. Add it up here, which is running it, and you can understand. So now git add, git add, git status again. Now git commit -m and then message I can pass it as OLLama RAG app using Langchain. Yep, and then finally I'll have to push this into GitHub. Push -u origin and then main. So my code is committed. Let me verify. So it's everything, all these steps are mentioned here. I hope you understand this. If any questions, do let me know. I'll try to solve it ASAP. Yep, thanks a lot. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and do subscribe, like it, and share it my video for more videos like this. Thank you very much. Thanks.